Okay. All right, so for quite a while, okay, let's see here. Oh man, my heart is just thumping. For as long as I can remember, I have always wanted to create something that influences people. People I'll probably never see or meet ever in my life. When I was younger, it was I wanted to make a movie. I wanted to make movies from the time I can remember, like 5 or 6. I've always wanted to make movies, right? And it was never from a place of like, what I know is the ego now, but it was never from a place of like, I want to make movies to be famous or to make money or to be whatever. It was really truly because I wanted to like influence the world, and I wanted to impact people in the way that movies impacted me. Growing up, my dad would rent movies from Blockbuster and we'd watch them on the weekends. And I can remember being just so moved by movies, right? It was, I mean, whether it was like Star Wars or like Flight of the Navigator, or like as I got a little older, like Dances with Wolves, but like, you know, we used to watch Singing in the Rain a lot. You know, my mom used to put Grease on for us all the time. And those movies, whether it was like Grease or Singing in the Rain, wanting me and my siblings like get up and sing and dance, as we would do, or like, you know, I remember watching Dances with Wolves when I was, I don't know, probably like 9 or 10. We rented it, and I was just bawling my eyes out at the end. Or like Star Wars, just the epic journey of like, you know, good versus evil and all that stuff. It really moved me, and I was just like, man, I want to do that too. And as I got older, the dream of making movies kind of dissipated a little bit, only because as a videographer now, I know how much work it takes, and trust me, I've written 2 scripts with my 2 best friends, and I would love to make them into real movies someday, and I think it's in the cards for me. But what I've come to now is like, I've learned a lot in my 42 years so far, and I intend to learn a lot more. I'm here to learn, and I love it. I also am at a point in my life where I have a lot to share. You know, my life has been in many, many ways blessed, and my life has also had a lot of struggles and even some, some trauma peppered in there. And all those things have got me to this place now where for the last 3 years or so, since I began my sort of what I call like my radical healing journey via, plant medicine and things like that, that I definitely want to share what I've learned to inspire others and to almost like speak to the younger version of myself, because I know there's so many people out there that are just like me, whether you're man, woman, gay, straight, old, young, black, white, it doesn't matter. There are so many other people out there that are in the place I was 3 years ago, in the place I was 10 years ago. And the challenge for me is that I have a hard time thinking that I am able to, ready to, know enough to share. And for a long time, I kept and sometimes keep waiting for the right person to tell me, you got this, or for some like divine message from a plant medicine experience to be like, here's what you're going to do, here's how it's going to unfold, and here you go. And I can tell you right now, although there's been many people who have motivated me, validated me, supported me, and been like, dude, of course you can do this. Please do this. We need this. It's still, I find myself in this new stuck place of like, can I really do it? And part of it is because, right now I'm sitting in my studio. I got a camera right there. I got a camera right there. I got these lights right here. And I'm essentially talking to nobody. In fact, I'm sitting right here in the studio talking to myself, and there's nobody else around. And this is where I'm at right now. It's like, I know I have so much to share, and I know that I have so much to give, and I have to do it. And I feel, I could just cry right now because I feel so ridiculous. The other part of this is that I don't want to come off like a know-it-all. And in fact, the main reason I'm doing this is because I don't know all the answers, I don't know everything, and I have so much to learn, and I feel deep in my heart and my mind and my energy that as I find the courage to do this more and more, the goal is to create a community, to create a space for other people to interact with this, to share their knowledge, to share their experience, so that I can learn too, because I'm trying to learn as much as I can. I want to grow. I want to evolve. I want to experience other cultures, other people, right? I live in the middle of the United States of America, right here in St. Louis, Missouri, more specifically Kirkwood, Missouri. I love this place. I want to live here the rest of my life, and I want to be able to travel and experience all these things, right? And I do know deep in my intuition that doing this and crossing this threshold and pushing myself to the edge of this is going to be the thing that gets me there. And although it is for me and for my family, the true real motivation is for you, is for this community that I'm going to build, and this community that I've already built, and this community that, if you're seeing this right now, there's a reason for that, right? And I want to understand who you are, what you do, what you believe in, what you've learned, because we're all connected, right? We are all of the same thing. We are all light and love, and I know that for a fact. I laid in my bed 2 years ago in May on 3 grams of psilocybin, and I'm telling you for a fact, I am telling you for a fact that we are all the same thing. We are all an expression of light and love, and we all have different experiences that allow us to see the world and experience this place from our unique part of it, right? And I want to understand as many people as I can, because I'm only one little expression of it, right? I'm only one expression of consciousness. And there's literally 7 billion other ones. And they're all different, and that's what makes this all so beautiful, is that we are all this one big thing, but we are experiencing it from our own perspective. I look at it like, I don't know if this is going to be the most accurate metaphor, example, or way to look, but I look at it like this. It's like, during the daytime, it's like you look up at the sky, and it's like, depending on the weather, it's like a big bright white light, right? Whether it's cloudy, it's just a big bright, you can't see the planets, you can't see the stars, you can't see anything, right? But as soon as the nighttime comes, especially if you're out in the middle of nowhere, it's a big black sky with all these countless little points of light, right? Countless points of light. And to me, those countless points of light are us. They're like reflections of us. That's like us, right? And like the fabric that holds it all together is like the night sky. Without the night sky, you can't see all those lights, right? So the connection is this unseen energy, which is the fabric of everything that holds all these bits of light together. And the only way to see them is via this, with the black sky, right? So I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, we are all connected. We are all this light and love, right? And in this example that's a little bit abstract and is not connecting as profoundly as I think of it, it's like the only way we can tell that we're there is to have this contrast. And I want to experience this, and I want to create a space and add to the spaces that have already been created to talk about it, to understand where you're coming from, and to be able to share what I've come from, to understand each other better, and to enhance this connection, to enhance the truth, the capital T truth, that we are all one thing. I have a name for this. It's a movement. It's a movement. It's called Not for the Tree. And the reason I'm calling it that is because, I don't know where it came from, but I saw recently that I know there's a book out there called this, and I saw something recently on Instagram where this fellow is talking about how the fruit is not for the tree. And what it means is that a tree grows its fruit, right? But it doesn't eat its fruit. It shares its fruit to the animals, to us humans, and it nourishes us, and it feeds us, and it helps us live, right? And I feel like that's what we are here for as humans. We are here to share our fruit. So this movement, this channel, what I'm doing is not for the tree, because what we experience in life, although it obviously is, as humans in this third dimensional world, it's obviously helps us along the way, but the real purpose of this experience and this and gaining wisdom and gaining knowledge and going through life is to share it. I mean, what are we going to do? We're going to go through life and just learn all this stuff and experience all this stuff and just say nothing about it? What's the point of that? So Not for the Tree is a movement of reminding ourselves, reminding each other that what we learn and what we experience is meant to be shared, right? And we all have our own experiences, right? I thought of something the other day. I don't know if this is an original thought or not, but I thought of something, it's like, none of us have the answer to everything, but all of us have the answer to something. I've got some answers that you may not have, and you definitely have some answers that I don't have. And I want to share mine, and I want to learn yours. So that's what this whole movement's about. Not for the Tree is about sharing the fruit, sharing your knowledge, sharing your experience, enhancing and reminding each other that we are all connected. We are all the same thing. Boy, oh boy, man, getting through this was, whew. Man, I built this up in my head that it was going to be so hard to speak like this and to get this thought out without writing it down and using ChatGPT and I'm in this moment, for the sake of giving myself some credit and showing myself some love, I'm super proud of myself for getting through this. So yeah, this is where we're at now. This is where we're at. So this is the movement, not for the tree, right? Not for the tree. So thank you for seeing this. If you're seeing this, you're meant to see it. As silly as it sounds, if you're interested, give me the like, give me the follow, comment below. I will definitely interact with you. I look forward to interacting with you. And yeah, this is the beginning of a movement, not for the tree.